Okay, we're on Sanhedrin Perek Vav Mishnah Dalet. We're going to now study the actual the skila itself, the execution of the execution, how they would do skila. Beta skila hayaga boashte komot. So the house of the construction of the house of skila of stoning was 2 stories high. So they would bring the guy up 2 stories, and it was like basically pushing him off the side of a low building. So one of the witnesses would have to push him al matnav on his back. So that was the first part, meaning he was standing there, like sort of back to front to the witnesses, and then you push him off the side of the building, and then he would fall. If he turned on his heart, he'll fall al matnav. Again, they turn him over on his back. If he died by the fall, yatsa. So it's interesting. So that many do not realize it's not stoning. First, you throw him off the side of the building, and then if he dies that way, that's great. And if not, hasheni notel et ha'even. The second person takes the stone, okay, v'notna al libo, and he places it and he throws it on his heart. Meaning, you take this big rock and you throw it on his front because he's lying face up now on the ground after falling from this height. The Kahati quotes the Gemara and saying that this rock was a rock that was the weight of 2 people. So let's say, I don't know, a couple 100 pounds. They'd have to have the second rock ready. I have to tell you, I was wondering that like it's not easy to, even though you're pushing it on the guy and it's 2 stories down, so it's not always easy to hit the guy, to make sure you hit him. But I guess they had their ways. Okay, imeit ba yatsa. Okay, if he dies, then they're done. The imlav, and if he's still alive after falling off, after being pushed off the roof, and then being stoned by one big rock, then rigimato b'chol Yisrael. Then he's stoned by the rest of the Jewish people. Shneimar, it says yada idim tiyabo b'yishona. Okay, so therefore the edim are their hand should be on the person, meaning if they testified that he did whatever he did, they have the first hand in his death. Okay? Okay, so then in the hand of the people afterwards. So it's first the Edim, they testified, they have to meet out the judgment, and then the rest of the people afterwards. Mishnah says, Kol aniskalim nitlim. After skila, there's this thing called tliya. You have to hang the person. In which cases? So let's look at the Torah. This is dry in Paragraph Aleph, Pasuk Habet. If a person committed a death-worthy sin, he is put to death. V'talito oto al eitz. You should hang him on a tree. Lo talini v'lato al eitz. You can't leave it there. Lo talin, you shouldn't remain there. All night with the tree. You have to bury him that day. It's a curse of God to be hung. Meaning, we do it, but very briefly. So who is it for? Chet mishpat mabeh. So the Mishnah says, go back to the Mishnah. Okay, every niskal, every person who gets skila is hung. That seems to be the implication of the pasuk. We only hang the megadef, the blasphemer, and the person who worships idolatry. It's interesting. How do they learn that from the Pesukim? Because remember, we learned ki kilelat Elokim talui, for his hang his approach to God. But they learned kilelat Elokim is similar. We learn from there that's talking about someone who's mekalel God, someone who curses God, which is a megadev. Someone who blasphemes gets skila. So Chachamim learn out, just like the one who blasphemes gets skila, so too only all people who get skila. And Rabbi Lezer says, that's what Rabbi Lezer says. Chol and iskalim, like the Megadev. Chachamim say no, it's only the Megadev and Avodah, not every person who gets skila. And they learn it from a different pasuk, okay? Because it says kilat Elokim talui, only the person who gives Megadev and Avodah they learn from another pasuk in Bamidbar. Ha'ish tolin oto parav klapeham. So the man, if he's a male, they hang him his face toward the people. Va'isha pareh klapeh. And the woman, she's facing like the building, or her face is the other way around. Deep Rabbi Lezer says, Chachamim omrim ha'ish nitle ve'eina isha nitle. Chachamim say no, only the ish, only a man is hung and not a woman. Amar lehem Rabbi Elazar. Rabbi Elazar said, "V'alo Shimon ben Shetach tala nashim be'Ashkelon." Shimon ben Shetach hung women in Ashkelon. So meaning, how can you tell me, Chachamim, that only ish nitle? Shimon ben Shetach hung women. Amar lehem Rabbi Elazar. I'm sorry. Amar lo shmonim nashim tala. That day, Shimon ben Shetach hung 80 women. You're not allowed to do 2 in one day. So he hung 80 in one day. How could he do that? So therefore, we learn from there. One sec. We learn from there. That's what I was looking for. Ella. Tliyatam shel nashim halalu. The hanging of those women was hora'at sha'ah haita. It was a hora'at sha'ah, a temporary decree. He had this, I guess, like a witch problem. He hung these 80 women at one time. We'll see the quote from Rashi. Shayu b'not Yisrael prutzot b'kshafim. The Jewish people were prutzot b'kshafim. They were involved in witchcraft, in sorcery. V'asa siyag l'sha'ah utla'am lipirsuma l'milta. And he made a siyag, a fence around the Torah, and he hung them in order to publicize the fact. V'tanat kulam b'yom echad b'vnei kroveim. He had to judge them all in one day because otherwise their relatives would come and save them. So he had a big witch problem that he had to take care of. Shimon ben Shetach at the time in Ashkelon. I don't know if there's witchcraft in Ashkelon, and so therefore you can't learn from Shimon ben Shetach, and therefore Chachamim say men and not women. How do you do it? So we're going to see. Make mishakin et hakora ba'aretz, that you would sink the beam into the ground. Ve'etz yotzei mimena. Okay, and the tree, it was like a min yatei yotzei min hakora, right? There would be a head that goes off of the beam. Umekiv shtei yadav zo al zag gabezo. V'tolo, and you put his hands. You tie the person. He's already dead. You're hanging him as a sign, as a symbol for people to see. So it would be in the ground. Okay, and you tie his hands around the beam. It was like a T, and then his hands would be tied around the beam. Okay, but and you put his hands on one upon the other, and you hang him, and that way, you hang him from his hands. Rabbi Yossi says no. Hakora mutal al hakotel. The beam is leaning against the wall. It wasn't in the ground. And you hang him the way the butchers do. I have no idea what that means. That you hang him like the tabachim, like the tabachim. Can't find anything. I guess against the wall. I don't know how you hang him. I have no idea what that means. Why would you do this? What's the difference? Why koreh butal alakoto? Why would you just lean the beam against the wall? Okay. Lo haya atanu utza ba'aretz. It wasn't dug into the ground. Ela rosha echad al haaretz, v'rosha echad muta. So you wouldn't like stick the beam into the ground, but you would just lean against the wall. You would put his hands over the top of the beam. Why? Rabbi Yossi, reason Rabbi Yossi, the fisha eitz nitla shenitla alav nikbarim. You have to bury the eitz. You have to bury the beam. V'amra Torah kitav kavor tikberenu. The Torah says you have to bury him. Misha eno mechuzar ela kvura. Okay, meaning you bury someone who is only missing kvura burial. Yatzazeh shemechuzar chfira. Talisha ukvara. If you follow Chachamim's position, then you have to dig up the beam. Talisha toleish, you have to uproot it and bury him. Rabbanan chafira lav klumi. The Rabbanan said that's not a big deal. Okay, meaning you can't have the eitz mechubar. Remember, we just stick it into the ground. We dug a hole. We stick it in the ground. We could pull it out. That's not such a big deal. So therefore, you don't have to lean it against the wall. Okay. Then right away, materino tomiyad. You hang him. You let him down right away. V'imlan, and if you leave him over below taseh, that's a violation of the Torah. Shneamar, it says, lo talin nivlato alei. Should not lie there. You should not leave it there. His nivela, his corpse on the ground. Ki kavor tikverenu, because you should bury him right away. Ki yalat Elohim talui. It is a curse of God to be hung, to left there. Klomar nivnei mazid talui. Meaning, why is this person hung? Nivnei shiberachat Hashem, because he cursed God. V'nimtza shem shamayim mitchalel. And it turns out that the name of God, the name of heaven, was mitchalel, was desecrated. So you end up with this really interesting paradox. On the one hand, you have to hang him because the Torah says you have to hang him. But at the second, because the pasuk says vetalita oto al eitz. But the very next pasuk, the Torah says lo talin nivlato. Don't leave him there. I mean, you hang him in order to publicize the fact that someone who blasphemes a cursed God is hung, or someone who gets skila is hung, according to Chachamim. but you don't leave him there at all. You take him down right away in order to, because you don't want that curse of Allah not leaving the Veilah, to leave him there as a terrible curse on a person. We'll stop here and dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a good day.